That's true too, Panda King. Good point. Okay. So this is us versus Chess Club on King of the Hill Viaduct. Why am I still? Let's close all this bullshit. Us versus Chess Club on Koth Viaduct. It was kind of a roll. We rolled them 4-0. I think maybe one of the rounds was pretty good. I think the last round went to overtime, and we had a pretty good push. We played it properly and used our Uber to retake it at the end and won. You guys will see what happens. I think I played pretty good. Came out of the gates a lot stronger than I did in our first match. I think in our first match I might have been a little nervous just because I hadn't scouted in a while, and it was kind of a rough game. And Clockwork was fucking going crazy at the start, so he was just kind of shutting me down, to be honest. So, anyways, here's my POV versus Chess Club. Hope you guys enjoy it. It'll be on my YouTube. If you guys are watching this on my Twitch VODs, please go subscribe to my YouTube. There's a link on my Twitch page. It's just the Sean Bud. I've been trying to upload a few more things there. I'm gonna do a map review tomorrow. Let's see, Friday afternoon at like 5 Central time of CP Goalie Wash. I've been doing those ESEA map previews, and those are also going to my YouTube. Also, please follow my Twitter if you haven't followed my Twitter. It's just @SeanBud. I would appreciate that. So here we go. Oh, it's a POV, so that's not gonna work. I play with view models off, so there's no view model, unfortunately.
All right, I feel good.
Six. Someone add up all the damage. Alright, that's like 1,000 already. Greatest kill of my life right there. Did okay there. Stayed alive long enough to get 3 pretty easy kills just because I was still alive and the soldiers were hurt.
We have captured the control point. Doc, come on, man! Doc, come on, man! Get on the freaking... All right, I feel good.
So if I see them already Uber, I try to just stay away from it most of the time. Generally, I do better than that. I got fucking destroyed there. Just missed and had really shitty positioning for taking that fight. I probably should have fought the point there with the medic instead of chasing that guy. Because I think Siegel also tried to chase him, so that's why Uber ended up doing nothing at all. But we already got pretty good time out of that hold, so I don't think we're overly worried at this point. They were playing really strong on Cliff there, and I just get behind him on the left and it kind of drags him back before the push even starts. So that was pretty good. Z-Brian followed me in, and I think he's DMing that scout right now. Definitely made a lot of room for our team on the point though. Unfortunately, I think we got that Uber a little quicker than we expected, because we died to that Uber exchange and then we pretty much pushed straight away. So I wasn't sure if we didn't think they would have it or what, but they popped on us and were able to stop that push. It was just good building by them, or a slow push by us, or not getting on the medic soon enough. I'm pretty sure you probably just got it there. Unless you got an Uber saw I don't know about. But. So now they don't have it though, and we're just pushing off. I think we did have 1 kill, so we're pushing off of that pick. Or maybe we didn't have any picks, but we just muscled them off the point. Pretty good initiation there. I think their roamer bombed in to try and kill our med when we came in, and I just killed them. I almost got stuck out of position there. I was playing up left, and I saw both soldiers, and I stayed there a little longer than I maybe would have if I had known they were that far enough cliff. When I turned over and saw that, I was a little surprised they were that far in, because usually, I guess it would have been called that they came out cliff and I would have backed up a little sooner. Right there, that was maybe a little over-aggressive on the demo. I could have just killed him though. If I'd have killed him, that would have been a good decision, I guess. Justin gets some really clutch kills here. So we hold on to the point. I'm waiting for a med spawn. We get everyone else out to the point to try and stop their push. They're gonna have a spawn advantage just because we had the point capped. But you still want bodies up there so they don't get it for free. You don't want one scout to walk in and cap it. We did get some damage on him at least. And then it's good to have someone run with your medic so you're not wasting any Uber time. Because we're already going to be behind them because they're med spawn first. So if we don't charge with them on the way to middle, then it's going to be even slower, which is not good. So that's why I just waited. I maybe could have committed on that scout kill, but I think, yeah, we forced their Uber because they were ahead, and we were close to ours, so we got back. Which is why I just bailed on that. I didn't want to die. If I died there, it would have slowed our repush. And right now, since I didn't die, we can go right now. That was kind of lucky by me. I was shooting a sticky trap, and that scout that was hiding behind the rock just pushed me.
Mission ends in 10 seconds. We have captured the control point.
I almost fucked up right there. If that demo would have killed me, I would have been angry. I was kind of going to the medic to get buffed because I saw their push starting, but it was suicides, and then I almost took or I took a lot of the same damage that everyone else was taking from the demo bomb. So I wasn't in a really good position to deny the demo, and I just went for a buff at the wrong time, I think. I should have probably already been buffed, but it worked out. I didn't die, so it's okay. And right now, this is Chess Club. I don't know if Omar played. I can't hit tab. But I think Omar is Pinkerton. I'm not 100%. Maybe it's not. But Chess Club has run Spy a lot in the past. So I was kind of looking around behind our team there for spies or something. The medic gets a little out of position there at the end of the Uber, so I just kill him. That was a pretty easy fight for us. Their Uber must have done... Their Uber didn't really do anything. And then at the end of it, they were too far in, and their team was too far away. Seemed like a pretty easy hold for us. And now we come up and hold forward, so they have a tougher time getting the point, because we know they're going to have to get on the point to stop, to force overtime. So we still try and hold forward there, because at least it delays them getting to it. They can't just do jumps to it for free or walk onto it for free. They have to fight us first. And if you just leave your demo back or something like that to sticky it when they get on it, then you don't have to have everyone just watching the point. So they were really slow. Against Don't Trip and Mix Up, a lot of times the roamers were much quicker. But these guys were really slow, and I had been waiting for them on Cliff and China like I was there. Or China is the bridge. I'll just say bridge. That's what our team calls it. The demo got a little overextended there, and I had a heal beam on me, so I took the fight. I didn't see the soldier there, or I didn't see the soldier close enough to defend the demo, and I didn't think he had a sticky trap there, so I just rushed him and got a pretty good pick on him. But on the mid fight, I played in a pretty passive spot, but then once I saw how slow their soldiers were on that middle, I kind of jumped over to the left to contest them a little harder, because they weren't coming to me. Usually they come at you. Either the roamer will try to go behind you or get on cliff or bridge or jump on your medic. So here they Uber in on the right, and me and Justin push it up on the left to try and fight the flank while the Uber's going. We milk our pop and pop a lot later than they do. That was unlucky by me. Unless I got an item or some shit, yeah. But anyways, we milked our Uber and we popped a lot later than they did. And I was just going back in at the end of that Uber to try and get a heal, and that's at the same time when the Uber expired, Weeble came in to try and make a play on our med, but he must have just saw me and just decided to shoot me instead. I probably shouldn't have died there. I either should have... already been buffed, or he should have probably gone for the medic, because getting the kill on me didn't really do much, because now they're still pushing and I'm already here. If he'd have killed our medic, then he would have saved a mover percentage. So it was just weird that he chose to kill me. Hit a lot of pistols there. That was pretty good. I hit like, I don't know, 6 or 7 pretty solid pistols on him. And this kill on the scout was pretty good too. I'm doing really well at staying really deep into fights without taking a lot of damage. And then right here I go in and force an Uber. Not force, but they also had a soldier on him that was probably doing a lot more damage than I was. I only hit him for like 20, but the med probably didn't want to risk dropping the demo or dropping himself when he saw the soldier and myself there. So he just popped. And since we forced it, they didn't really get any position out of it since we forced it in such a shitty spot back at their health pack, and when they were already down like 2 or 3 players. So that pop for them didn't do anything. They did manage to force ours at the very tail end of theirs, but we just steamrolled their medic after it because we popped so late. This soldier had like 5 health is the only reason I'm chasing this far. I think he had 15, and I hit him for like 7 and then 4 before he got the health kit, which is a little unlucky.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
This is like a pretty much a steamroll round. I don't think they cap at all. I think we just stop with the Uber now. We had some really good forward holds, and they fucked up on the Ubers, I think once or twice. Not fucked up, but we forced them into some really shitty Ubers. So this was a really good round by us. Really, they never had a chance to win. If you protect your medic well and force theirs into shitty pops or get good picks on him, then it's really just like a back and forth thing on Viaduct. And if they never have a good Uber, they can't really ever take the point. So that's why we rolled them that round. So I do the same thing. I still go up to the bridge. CD combo is really strong on left. Those teams just go to the planks area or to the underneath the bridge. So I finally decided to drop off cliff because nothing's jumping, and we're going pretty aggressive on him. But this was pretty good by me. Good timing, I guess, on the push. As long as I live here, if I don't die to the scout. Pretty good jukes, I guess. Maybe. Just kidding. I'm not sure what happened there. He was 27. Maybe I should have just fought him. Or maybe Brad piped him. No, because he had a medic on him. He had a buff on him when he was chasing me. That's why I didn't turn to fight him initially. And the reason we backed up is because I think our medic was under pressure and he was close to Uber. So that's why they weren't capping the point when I was pushing the scout in the demo. I thought that fight was going a lot better than it was. And it did, I guess. I mean, we did kill... We killed a lot of things. I think it was just the demo and one scout that survived at the tail end of that fight. Let me pause. So what happened on that middle, I think we got 2 early picks, and then I rushed the scout and the demo on the right with Justin, and we killed those 2 as well. But then their scout and medic stayed alive, but ours did as well, but he was really hurt. And I think we might have also been down 1 or 2. So to just make sure we don't like fuck up and get our medic killed. Also, I think we spotted the crits. Once we spotted their crits, we just knew we had to get our medic back and make sure we got the Uber. So once we have our Uber, we can come back in and just finish the cap and kill their medic. And I think that's what happened. I'm not I wasn't really watching, I was just talking. Here, we can probably just go to a tick. If this doesn't fucking crash. But yeah, so that's why we didn't cap at the end of that mid-fight. And then... Alright, so this is the mid-fight again, I think. So yeah, we got 2 early picks, and then I rushed the scout in the demo. Justin goes down to that scout trying to kill a medic. And I think he called the crits just then. Yeah, he called that the med was on crits, so that's why our... Like, they were only up a scout, so I didn't think they were going to crit. So, here, let me pause now. So the reason we backed so far is because we just didn't want to risk dropping our medic to their crits. Because that's like the only way we could probably lose this round. we won that fight, but we needed to make sure our medic didn't go down to some fluke crits or something. And I think I called the demo dead after we called that they were on crits. So our combo was already gone and just playing it safe and making sure we got the Uber. Because if we just wait 5 or 10 seconds to finish our Uber and then push in, then we know our medic's not going to get crits on and killed while we're capping or anything gay like that. But yeah, anyways, that was what happened there, and that's why I got chased down by that solitary scout. So now we push in. Let's see what happens now. Now we should be coming back in with our Uber. Yeah, okay, so we go back to Cliff to finish our Uber. So now we come back in with it and we cap, just like we should. Seagull sees the medic right there, and we know they're on crits, so I think he wants to go into them. Yeah. He called to do a double soldier Uber into them. It was still a little late. I think he was getting people buffed on point, our medic was. So I think it was still a little late going into them. We could have gone into them much sooner, and they wouldn't have even crits on Brad right there and killed Brad. Or Pure, our demo. But, let me get this out of the screen, sorry. This is pretty good. I do pretty good damage to those scouts and clean up the soldier, I think. Yeah. Or Brandon, or Seagull killed the soldier.
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah, when we're on Uber versus crits, we should probably be a little more aggressive as soon as Seagull saw the med. I could see that he wanted to jump the med right there when he was like staring at him through planks. But you could see that Fragile wasn't with him, so that's why he didn't. He was kind of waiting for Fragile to come up. So we almost fucked up there, but we did eventually pop and killed him. So that was kind of a lucky pick by me. I missed a lot early on, and I almost didn't kill him. But I killed him, and I think they did a few suicides to try and get our medic to pop, and they didn't get anything. And since I killed their medic, it doesn't matter if we pop right now anyways, because that just gives us more time. That ensures that we're not going to lose anybody on this push. Yeah, it looks like they did get forced and pop, but it doesn't. Let me explain this real quick. Since I killed their medic, it does not matter if our medic pops. It's ideal if he can just hold it without having to pop when they send people at him or send people to cap the point. But they were probably going to force them after that point, because their push was like halfway to middle at the time I killed their med. So they need to either make a play on our med, or that's really their only option. They either need to cap the point or kill our med or force our med, and they ended up forcing the medic. And it doesn't matter for us, because if we pop and he stays alive at the end of that pop and we still keep the point, we're still getting tons of time. See, look, we have 1.5 minutes versus their 3 minutes. So we still had a ton of time in our advantage, and the Ubers are even, because their medic was dead and ours popped. So they may be a little ahead because we waited kind of a long time to pop, but they're close enough that it doesn't really matter. So that's the point I was trying to make there. I shouldn't have taken that damage. I should have stayed a little healthier for this fight, I think. I think they just did a good job of pushing and damaging us back before they capped. It was even Ubers. I'm not sure if we thought they were on crits, or maybe they are on crits. Maybe someone spotted the beam. This seems pretty passive, though. We probably could have contested that a little harder because we were both 6 up. Justin gets a good pick there on Weeble. And then Demo doesn't really have a sticky trap. He's got some stray stickies, but knowing he doesn't have like a kill trap up somewhere is kind of good to know. I mean, those are easy enough to clear. I think he's a little out of position there. If I'd have hit a better shot on him, I might have rushed him, but I was only hit him for like 20, and I used up my whole scatter clip, so that was kind of bad by me. He didn't have anyone with him. I probably could have killed him.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
So I'm still looking around a lot because they're playing really passive, and I was waiting for some sort of pick class to come out, but it never did until the second half. That was good focus fire by me, or by us. I think they popped right there? I'm not sure. I think, yeah, okay, so they popped, they dropped the pocket, and that's why I pretty much just turned away, because I knew once we killed the pocket, they were probably gonna, well, they didn't Uber him, so that already gave us an advantage in that fight. Even if we have a shitty Uber, they're at least down numbers. It looks like they didn't even Uber. Okay, so I'm talking out of my ass here. Let me recap. So they were gonna Uber push, I think, but we focus fired their pocket and they dropped him like right away, so they didn't even Uber. We used ours to try and get to their medic, but I think once he dropped his pocket, he just hightailed it out of there and kept his charge, which is probably the right decision, because if he popped there, it was going to be a terrible fight. It would have been 5v6, so he just runs and he tried to save the Uber for the next fight, because we did use ours to try and get to them, and we didn't force, or I don't know what happened there, but he kept it, and now they counter Ubered back in stairs. That kind of caught me off guard. I don't know why, but I shouldn't. I was like on top of like 3 of them when they Ubered, so I don't know. Let's see if I get out of here.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Oh, we have 3 people behind him right now. It's like me and both soldiers are all behind him, and their medic and their heavies are on the point. So this was pretty lucky. I'm not sure if our medic went down. Is this in the logs? Let's see. What's his name? Fragile? Blah, 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 blah. Justin. I should watch the kill feed quicker. I wish I could hit tab in a POV demo. I could do an STV of this, but it wouldn't show my damage or anything like that. Yeah, okay, so Try went down. Or, Try killed our medic on their Uber push. So we kind of got caught out of position. He probably shouldn't have died there. I don't know if we lost track of their Uber or lost track of like where their positioning was, or tried to snuck in and killed him. Either way, they killed our medic, so they decided to Uber in and push. And as soon as their Ubers popped, we're just trying to scatter and kill their medic after the Uber. We don't want to feed them like 4 kills during it, so we just spread out really well. And we all end up behind him. I think Z-Brian jumped up here on the bridge, and Seagull ended up with me right here on the health kit. Or vice versa. I don't know who the soldier is, but either way, 3 of us ended up behind him, and they capped the point, and as soon as the Uber expired, one of the soldiers jumped him and put a good rocket on KBK, and then I just shot him for like 70 or whatever, and he died. So it was good crisis management by us, I guess. And then we kind of did expect to die there. I mean, that's the best case scenario. Best case scenario, I guess, is if you like wipe them, obviously. But we maybe could have got more kills out of that if I'd have turned around and like fought that scout first. But then we maybe wouldn't have killed the med. We killed the med, and that's like all we needed to do at that point. That was the important thing that we had to do, since ours was dead, and we had to retake the point. So now we don't have an Uber to worry about, and we can just go with our spawns. The roamer was a little, not out of position. It was probably good positioning, but he was a little slow jumping, and then he didn't really do anything when he jumped. I should have 3-shot the medic there. I don't know how that shot missed, but it was a push, and I did good enough damage initially that our soldiers just killed him right away. It looked like that shot was kind of on him though. Maybe I just missed it. I can go back and watch that though if I want to. Let me try this. Let's do 63,500. That should work. And I hope this doesn't crash. If this crashes, I'm gonna regret doing this. Looked good to be though. I really deserved that medic kill. Let's do slow motion on this, guys. You ready for this? It was kind of a weird decision by him to dodge there. Alright, so 16. This was a good shot. Never mind. 26. That's it? I thought I hit him harder than that. Alright, so that 3rd shot also missed. I don't know. It looked better, and I thought he should have died. I mean, I hit him for 26. I don't know how he didn't die. 26 should be enough to kill any medic, right? Alright, that's the last time I go back and review anything. Worked out though. We killed the med, got the point. Pretty good push by us. Getting the early roamer pick was probably pretty big for us. It made the secondary. It made our medic not have to pop. Like we took that without popping, so that's like a perfect situation for us because we killed their medic, and our medic kept Uber. So now we just Uber on the point and win the half. Because since the roamer died early, that's one less person to worry about in the fight. Our medic doesn't have to worry about popping on him, and nothing ever forced him. Our soldiers, I got in on their medic and turned him around pretty much. I think they turned around to kill me as our soldiers both bombed in, and they kind of cleaned everything up, and it worked out really well. Let me pause. Do you guys have any questions or anything in chat? No reg. Yeah. I don't know. Thought it looked good when I was playing. I'm like, wait, that missed? But then in slow motion I definitely fucking missed. Keep going, this is awesome. Okay. Let me fast forward through halftime. Okay, so right there, Weeble was kind of dumb. I'm equally dumb, and I'll explain why. Right there, I see Weeble on sniper at halftime. They haven't sniped this whole fucking game. And we know Weeble is like a pretty decent sniper. And I think Pinkerton, is that Omar? Does anyone in chat know? I think Pinkerton might be Omar, and Omar was a pretty solid spy. And I was surprised they didn't bust out more off-classing against us, because especially early on, because we were kind of raping them. That one round, we had 3 minutes on our clock, and they didn't have any time, so that was like a roll round. And so I was surprised to not see any pick classes or anything, any switches from them as far as off-classing goes sooner, because if you're getting worked pretty hard just straight up in like a DM fight 6v6, I would try to switch it up if you have an option. Like, you could try a heavy, you could try a spy, you could try a sniper, stuff like that. And since I didn't see any of that at all the first half, and I see Weeble on sniper at halftime, I'm like, okay guys, they're probably going to run a sniper next round. And he does, so that was kind of stupid of him to show it. Same thing with like medics, and if you're thinking about running crits out the gate, crits is another thing you can switch up. Instead of like an off class, you can just run crits and try to surprise them and get around. But if you're like gonna switch to medic next round or something, don't switch to it during halftime, or if you're gonna run it out the gates, don't run it during pregame, and the other team won't be looking for it. They'll be more conscious of it. It's just like one of those things that where if you want to surprise someone with something like that, a sniper or crits, you probably don't want to make them start playing against it before you even start running it. So I see Weeble on sniper there. So I make the comment about it, and I'm like, yeah, they're probably going to switch because, or our team communication is basically, yeah, they're probably going to change something up because they're getting kind of destroyed right now. So we called a more aggressive middle, I think, because if they're running a sniper, that means they're down a scout, and that probably gives us an edge in some of the DM fights. So I call that we're going to do this aggressive route, where I go up on cliff and jump up on this rock here, and then jump across, and you can jump to the second rock and then jump on cliff and get on the sniper before the fight like even starts, or before he even gets a shot off. So I'm sitting here like practicing this rollout, so this is equally stupid of me to show this during halftime, because you saw Kermit and Try shooting at me when I was practicing it. So that was probably pretty stupid. I'll show you what happens. I think Justin said he was going to do some sort of flank rollout here, where he was going to jump on planks and then jump from planks up to their bridge behind their house. So we pretty much decided we're going to do these aggressive rollouts from middle. I think I'm practicing it again here. Yeah, this is another way you can get up there. It's not something I even needed to practice, so I was kind of angry at myself that I showed them that and let them be conscious of it. You'll see why. Because I go up here right away, and the demo's just staring at me. And I don't know, it's probably also because Brad maybe fucked me a little bit too. Pure, our demo. If he had gone planks to the right of the rock, or to the left of the rock here, then the demo would have been shooting at him, doing the demo versus demo fight. But because Brad came up cliff, Kermit started shooting here before I even showed myself. And when I showed myself, Kermit saw me right away, and he starts denying me. Yeah. So this did not, and I probably still could have killed the sniper. I got 4 good shots on him. Our aggression worked, though. They were all turned around for me. Kermit was looking at me. Try, the pocket soldier, jumped up on cliff to protect the sniper, and the sniper wasn't shooting at anything. So that was at least 3 things. I don't know what else. Maybe the other scout and the roamer. I don't know what they did on this middle. It looks like the roamer did kill our medic, so that's probably what he was doing. But if you look at the kill feed, Try jumped cliff to kill me. Kermit was or Boomer, the demo, sorry, not Kermit. Boomer was shooting at me. So that's like their 2 protector, the pocket classes on middles. They weren't looking at the medic, so Justin, instead of doing the flank route, I think he just dropped down and killed KBK right away. So we at least got their medic, and then looks like Z-Brian jumped with me on cliff, and it looks like Boomer was still turned around killing him. And it looks like Brad, yeah, okay, so this is, if you do an aggressive mid, even if you just get behind them, if you get mulched, like or air shot or something, if you're trying to do a rollout like that, then it's just going to be terrible. But if you turn things around and get them to look at you, then it's still good because your demo gets so much position on them. Like if you look where Brad is right now, he got a kill already on their roamer, and he's in a pretty good position to get more kills because he's already, like, he's got the high ground, he's already on their side of the point, and they're all like under cliff cleaning up the shit that was behind them. And so Brad's in a position to crush people. The thing that threw a wrench in the mix was that the visitor killed our medic. If our medic had lived, this would be super good for us. But it's still pretty good because we killed their med. The sniper didn't really do anything. I don't know. I think Justin is still alive. I think Justin may kill the sniper or something here. Siegel did trade with the pockets, and they are running a heavy too. So they do sniper heavy. So the other scout wasn't even there. So the heavy was okay. So the heavy was late. So the only one at middle was the roamer. If the pocket and the demo and the sniper are all dealing with cliff, and the heavy is late, that's 4 things that aren't looking at middle. The medic doesn't really count. Also, he's going to be with the combo, and Justin killed him anyways. So the only person fighting middle was the roamers. That's a little sloppy by us to let our medic die to that. He probably should have been protected a little better. But since we were going aggressive, then that's a risk you got to take. They're probably going to try and do trades with you at least. Looks like Justin's got a pretty good timed flank on the heavy though. I think we at least killed the heavy there. So now it's just like demo v demo on middle. Is all that's up. Oh, and the sniper. Brad called that the demo was hurt, so I rushed him.
We have secured the control point.
That's the thing that you have to consider about running a sniper on middles, is you're going to be prone to aggression. That's probably why they ran the heavy, but the heavy just got there late. Our aggression was really quick on them, and their medic was dead, and we had people on their clip before the heavy ever got there.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
So I asked for, I saw the heavy posted up at this point, and this is a pretty good 3K by me, I think. Kind of lucky he didn't kill me, he just ran out of bullets. Lucky the demo didn't dead. That was sloppy by them though. Our medic didn't die and theirs died instantly. Or our medic did die as well. How the fuck did we get Uber? Because didn't Fragile die? Or was that like a... No, that wouldn't have been a pregame frag. Anyway, we were ahead on Uber for some reason. They didn't have it, and they had a heavy posted up there. If they're trying to push with a heavy, their push is going to be pretty like stagnant and slow. Their soldiers aren't going to be able to jump away. And anyway, so we just Uber into them, and we were able to kill the heavy instantly. And then I get behind them and kill the roamer that tried to jump out, and then I killed the sniper. Pretty sloppy dodging on the demo there, though. Were they just not charging, or did their medic die later? No, their medic died instantly. I don't know why they didn't have Uber. And we did. I'd have to go watch that again. I don't want to go back anymore. So I died to that demo. If I hadn't died to that demo, I could have been helping in that fight right there. And maybe it wouldn't have gone so bad. Like 3 of them went down before I even got back there and respawned and got back there. So yeah, I don't know. It was like probably a bad decision to try and fight the demo. We were gonna re-push right away because our medic did get out, and so we just want to push with our spawns. And I led the push and looked around for the stickies because it's much better if I eat the stickies than our pocket or our demo or our medic. So I just check everything. I'm a pretty cautious player. I check a lot of stuff all the time, but I think it's useful as scout to lead ahead of a push and check all the gay spots. I remember that. That was pretty lucky. So we Ubered and then they counter Ubered pretty late. And once I saw their pop, I just tried to run away from it and get behind them. I was just going to delay and try and get on the medic. But then that scout spotted me, so I was trying to just run. And then I ended up meeting the roamer and at least trading with them. Justin gets a big pick on the medic right there, though. Seeing the demo put the trap up there is kind of big. If I see the trap going up there, I'm confident that it's not on house or rock or point, which it wasn't. The point was like 3/4 capped, and they were playing really passively, so I just got on it and capped. That was kind of bad by them. You should probably contest it a little harder. That's why teams prefer like aggressive holds, because Koth is all about the cap point. So if you're not contesting when they start getting cap time already, or if it's that far capped, you should probably not let him get any more cap time. Maybe as the demo, a trap on the point or a trap at one of the entrances would have been better. That was a pretty passive sticky trap. This right here, okay. So we have 3 picks already. I was just pushing up to the right because we set up a forward hold because we pretty much like wiped them. I think only the medic got out and we took the point and we didn't really drop anything. So if we're like 5 or 6 up and they're like 1 up or they get back to point or to spawn and we know they're all in spawn, we like to set up a forward hold, which is where you try to lock them into spawn and make them Uber to come out of spawn, or just make them rotate, and you're just delaying more time for them to get to the point before they can start getting cap time on it. So anyways, our forward hold works wonderfully. It worked like too well. When the forward hold started working, this was probably overly aggressive by me. Maybe not though. Maybe I should have just fucking hit my shots. You'll see what happens. But because we already killed 3, this heavy and the medic and the pocket are gonna back out of cliff entrance. They're right in the cliff doorway right now, and that's where the medic's gonna back out of. And since I know they were all cliff, it was communicated that the medic was there. I was never spotted, even though I think a soldier looked at me and the heavy looked at me, or looked towards me. They didn't see me, or they would have probably at least shot at me or done something. But I was confident that they didn't know I was there, so I just rushed in and tried to get the medic when they were falling out. It worked for me the other night against Don't Trip. In this situation, there's a heavy, which makes it a little harder, but I still got plenty of shots off on the medic, and I was a little disappointed I didn't kill him. So let's see what happens. Let's do slow motion here, because this is kind of a shit fest. This was probably partially us being up 3-0 and kind of rolling them, and we were playing overconfident. Also, they're already 3 down, so I think we tried to turn that into a push and kill their medic, but we're in their spawn, and their spawns are like 7 seconds because they don't have the point. So you'll see what happens. I think they get spawns and clean this up at the end. So yeah, the heavy gets there, and right about here is where I should be killing the fucking medic, but I choked, I think. I mean, I hit him for 2 pretty decent shots at the start. I shot him 4 times? 4 or 5 times? And then... Oh, I should get this out of there, sorry. The heavy... the heavy was not ideal. And then this was even more not ideal. And then we popped. So that's even more not ideal. This is just terrible. Okay, so... Should we recap? Should we just watch this in slow motion again? Maybe not, but... That was just... It was just bad timing by us. We had such good positioning. We had 3 picks. We had our Uber, and they didn't have anyone in behind us or anything like that. If I had just stayed in on the right, I think they came in because I was in. But I think it was a good decision by me to go in. But the rest of the team probably shouldn't have been so aggressive, especially once the heavy was spun up. Maybe even Justin could have come in. But our combo probably should not have gone in with the Uber. That was just a little overconfident by us. Maybe cocky, if you want to call it that. And then once we decided to Uber in, it was a little too late. And it's not Fragile's fault. But during the match, as it was happening, he was asking if Brandon Siegel, our pocket soldier, wanted to Uber in. I think Siegel did, because if we popped right there and keep Siegel up, I think he's still going to be able to jump and kill the medic and probably get ours out. It might have been rough getting him out, but you still have Brad here on Cliff and Bridge. So you would have been falling back to your demo, and they were still down, maybe 1 or 2 at that point. They did get a lot of spawns, but if you get the medic down and yours goes down, it's still not terrible because he at least traded, and you're still getting more time on the clock. But Fragile was asking if you wanted to pop, and I think Brandon answered a little too late. Siegel answered a little too late. So we dropped Siegel and still popped and didn't really do anything with it. So let's see what happens now. So I think Fragile's probably gonna go down here. He has too much. He just had too much shit chasing him. What? Oh, I spawned. Yeah, Fragile went down. There was once he popped, and especially since Brandon wasn't there, it was kind of unlikely that he was going to. Okay, another point on Viaduct. It was kind of unlikely that he was going to get out. So that it was at least a good attempt by him. I think he was trying to surf a rocket and a scout just killed him or something. Or they were probably being smart and not letting him surf, shooting rockets in front of him and shit. But Brad did get out at least, I think. And so he's alive. And then we got our spawns. Justin comes up on Sniper. because I think he was pretty sure Fragile was going to go down there, and we didn't kill our medic, so he came up as a pick class because we kind of needed to play at that point. He peeks out of spawn and instantly headshots the demo. It was just like his only shot on sniper the whole match, and he headshot the demo. So it's pretty ideal. And then he just runs back to spawn because he already got his pick. And now, since the demo's not there, he can just switch to scout with our medic and come into the push as a scout. And it's just a huge leg up on the fight. And that's another thing to consider if you're going to go sniper. You don't want to stay on sniper the whole match. Unless you're like an amazing sniper and your team plays around it 24/7. But on Justin, he just kind of goes sniper when he thinks he can make a play with it. And he kind of already made the plays, and he's really close to spawn. So he just runs backwards, goes scout, and comes in on the push as scout. Which is something you should probably consider. Because I think having scouts is pretty strong when you're pushing on this map. If you have a sniper, your team can't be as aggressive. They kind of have to fight where you can see them, and they have to consider protecting you as well. But he comes up scout. He's already ahead of me. That was really sloppy by me. That roamer surprised me. I think I was trying to flank through tunnel, and the roamer just walked there. But that was just sloppy by me. We forced their Uber though, and I think we keep our medic up.
Ends in 60 seconds.
So since our medic stayed alive, this is still good for us. Any kills right now is really good. So I go in anyways to die. We do get the medic, so now it's even better. Because once we got their medic to pop, they tried jumping ours and killing ours, because since they used their Uber, they want to negate the advantage that we have now. So once our medic got out, I probably shouldn't have gone. I probably didn't have to go in there, but since they were so far up, I started just shooting stuff to see if we could get more picks out of it. Because it would just delay their push even more. Because they have the point capped. So you see, now their spawns were so slow with the people that they did suicide that we got cap time before they even really got there. That was kind of a lucky meat shot by me. I didn't really know the scout was still there. We played I think we played the back and forth with the Ubers pretty well this game, except for when we Ubered into their spawn and didn't do anything. That was pretty terrible.
Mission ends in 10 seconds.
So I called crits right there. I think that was crits. I think I spotted it. So that was pretty much me screaming that they're on crits and trying to get behind them to kill the medic when they crits in. I should have probably killed him. That was another 4 shots on him, and I think I hit him for about 100 total. I probably should have killed him. He was kind of running a straight line there too. That was just me missing. That's why I get frustrated with scouts sometimes. My DM just fails me. I was in a perfect position, I just had to hit the shots and I missed. So yeah, right there, they just backed off and let us cap without even contesting us. They just contested it way too late. They made a lot of mistakes this match as far as when to contest the points, how to use their Uber, and shit like that. We didn't. So that's why it was kind of a roll. Usually Viaduct is more back and forth. The teams are using their Ubers properly, but I think they fucked up a few times. We got some med picks that we maybe didn't deserve, but we made a few plays on the medic to kill him. And then we did a good job keeping Fragile alive. So if you keep the Uber advantage in your favor, you can just repush really, really quickly on Viaduct. It's not always about being able to hold the point forever. You don't have to defend it with all 6 and sacrifice everybody. As long as you get your medic out, you can just repush with your spawns right as they take it. And if you can retake the point faster, it's better than trying to defend it for a long, long time if you lose everybody. And that's what I think that's the mistake I see a lot of like lower level teams make, is they overcommit to fights on the point when they should just be focusing on forcing an Uber or killing the medic or just getting kills. Because as long as they do that and get their medic out, if their medic survives, they can just retake it with spawns. And a lot of invite games on Viaduct, you'll watch the point trade a lot, where it's just like one team pushes with Uber, caps the point, and the other team gets their medic out. But then they come back in and try and do suicides and kill the medic and get Uber advantage back, and then retake it on the next push. It's stuff like that, a lot of plays that really, they all focus around getting a faster retake. And on Viaduct, it's all about spawns, and not even as much about Uber advantage. It's a lot about spawns, and your spawns when you don't have the point cap are so fast that you don't want to delay your push, and things like losing your medic when you shouldn't are just going to delay your push, because if they're, especially if you don't force their medic with any of your plays or anything like that, it's not as uber centric as some maps. I think push maps are really reliant on ubers. Gravel pit really reliant on ubers, but it is still more uber centric than I don't know. It's still important, but you can win fights without uber. It's just important to consider their uber when you're pushing. Oh hey, it's fragile. I'll do questions in chat now. I'll upload this to my YouTube, but that's probably where